All right, everybody. We want to welcome all of you out tonight to our MagnoSeek training. We are putting together a full series of trainings. So we're going to be doing 3 trainings. It's each of the next three Tuesday nights at the same time. What we've got is our host, Ethen Poh, and Jason Marin is going to also be co-hosting with him. And we have them tonight doing a beginners session for our MagnoSeek training. Next week, we will move on to our intermediate session. And then the week after that, we're going to go through with a Q&A session. Now, really quickly for tonight, what we will do is we're going to have everybody, if you have questions, please put those questions into the chat, okay? So if you have questions in the chat, I will mediate for all of those, and I will make sure that the appropriate questions get asked, and then and we will move forward that way. So a couple of things to mention. We do want to make sure that everybody here is tuned in to our Prife North America Facebook group. And remember, you need to make sure that you see Prife North America and it has the orange icon. Okay? The orange icon, Prife North America, that is where you're going to find all of the latest information. And if you stay tuned there, you're always going to be knowledgeable on everything that's happening. And then the other thing to know is that we are putting all of these push notifications through our app, the Prife Pro app, and you'll be able to see the information come there that will announce when we are having these trainings and all sorts of other information. So we encourage all of you to be able to to have that app and put it on your monthly subscription. Let's see. Last thing that I do want to mention, okay, as we are doing a beginners and an intermediate session here, we want to make sure that everybody is aware that we do have a more advanced training that we will be doing, and that's going to be on September 20th. And it's going to be with Sugar Ray Pereno. He's going to be helping host that from the field side, but Dr. J is going to be at that training. He will be giving an advanced version of this training for the MagnoSeek. And again, that's called Magnify OC. And if you want to get tickets to Magnify OC to get that training and to see all about the rest of our business as well, you can go to theprifeshop.com and you'll click under events. And when you look under events, you will see Magnify OC listed there. And where it is listed, then you can go in and you can find all of the information that you need to be able to purchase tickets there. So with that being said, I want to turn the time over to our incredible host who is, he's over in Malaysia, so it's morning for him right now. Ethen is extremely knowledgeable, probably the most knowledgeable person about this MagnoSeek product, and has incredible knowledge to share with each of us. And I want him to kick this thing off, and we'll get everything going. So, Ethen, I believe you're
Hi.
out there right now. Why don't you take it
Yep.
over, buddy?
Okay. So, well, I forgot my camera. Evening, everyone. Hello.
Evening.
Nice to have you here. You all here. And before I start, I'd like to read to you the disclaimer. This is very, very important. MagnoSeek is a wellness and lifestyle device designed to support users in understanding and optimizing their personal energy patterns. It is not a medical device and it does not provide medical diagnosis, treatment, or replacement for professional healthcare. Yeah. So information shared here is for educational and training purpose only. Always consult a qualified healthcare professional for medical concerns. Yeah. So let's start. This is a must, for you know as a disclaimer. Now, I think a lot of people here, a lot of users here, you are new to MagnoSeek. So before we start, I'd like to reiterate. Yeah, maybe you might forgot. So you will need to have your MagnoSeek. First thing when you connect your MagnoSeek, the first thing, the very, very much important thing is you need to connect your MagnoSeek to the internet. Yeah, you need to connect online. Why is that so? It's because the MagnoSeek is reading the cell energy patterns in your body and comparing the data with our database. Okay, comparing your cell data versus our database. So that's why you need to be connected to the internet. Without it, you cannot do anything. Yeah. So let's get things started. So when we start the MagnoSeek, you can see this kind of screen, right? I'm going to close my camera because I'm going to turn to the other way. Okay. Now, first of all, you see a clear DB button here. Yeah. There's a checkbox at the side, at the left side. So we don't check this box often. For example, maybe we'll clear our database once a week so that our system will be more smooth in a way. And second thing is the smart scan and generation of report and phytomineral and also the repair. These four boxes, please click it. Yeah, please check all these boxes except the clear database. Next thing at the right is your serial number. And the balance here is actually your usage, the tokens for your usage. So once you finish it off, you're going to top it up. Okay. So next thing is we click the OK button. So far, so good. Yeah. This is very, very simple. And next thing that you are going to see is a QR code. So I'm going to scan the QR code and there'll be a screen pop up from your phone. Okay. You're going to use your phone, open up the QR code scanner, and you're going to scan this QR code. And what you see here will be, I'm going to stop the screen sharing of this device and I'm going to change to my phone so that you can see what is going on. Yeah, I should share the screen. So do you see the screen on my phone?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
You still there, Ethan?
I think you may have frozen. Oh, it looks like he's moving now. We just may not be able to hear him. It
Hello.
may have muted him. Hey,
I'm back. I'm
Ethan,
back.
it muted you when you went there. Yep.
Oh, okay. So I'll repeat. I think just now there wasn't any voice from me. Now,
Right.
first thing when we have this screen, the first part is the phone number, whereby you need to key in maybe your phone number or any other random number. Because some of you might think that you don't want to provide any information. For example, this is for privacy purposes. You don't want to compromise it. And then you're going to key in any random number is okay. Yeah. The name, you should have a short name. You don't need to have your full name here. Or maybe a nickname is okay. The next thing is the date of birth. This is the most important part, whereby you need to key in the date of birth by starting with 4 digits of the year, 2 digits of the month, and 2 digits of the day. Yeah. Because why? MagnoSeek, in MagnoSeek, we have a big database whereby we are comparing cell energy in between our database with yours. So that's why for children below 7 years old, we are not recommending you to do a detection, is because we don't have much data in that. Okay, so for people which is 7 years old and above, yes, we have all those data, and the accuracy will be better, right? And then followed by the gender, the blood type. Yeah, if you don't know the blood type, it's okay. Just put blood type A will do. Okay, and then next thing is the test type. Test type, we always select detailed test type. Okay, detailed test type, it takes about 15 to 20 minutes averagely for a person. Okay, it's going to detect the whole body. And next thing is the AI repair. The AI repair is where only in the QR code scanning function you have this. Yeah. Then you're going to choose in between 0 cycle to 20 cycles. So if you put 0 cycle, it means that it's not going to do any restoration to your cell after the detection. Yeah. So if you put 1 cycle, the average time will be 40 minutes to an hour. And next thing is you're going to click the user agreement and you have to read the disclaimer. Then you check the box. And after that, click the smart detection button. So you start. So after you start, you have this kind of screen. So I'm going to close the screen sharing of this device. How do I close it? How do I close this screen? Okay. So now you see my MagnoSeek. So for example, this is a full scan of a person. Okay, a full detection of a person. For this screen that you are looking at is a half done. So I just had a few seconds of the detection. Oh, sorry. Hello?
We can hear you.
You can hear me, right?
Yep.
Okay. So after you have the detection, you have this kind of screen. Yeah. And also, when you have this QR code here, when you start, you can always close it if you don't want to use the QR code to scan. Now, you can use the MagnoSeek device to key in the details. For example, you click the red notebook here, which is a new card. Yeah, you click it, and then you're going to drag the keyboard from the side of the device, which is from the left. So it works like this. You touch the side of the device at the left. You pull the keyboard out. Yeah, so this is the keyboard. And you're going to key in anything you want. Like, for example, this is test 2. Okay. And make sure you have the date of birth. Yeah, this is very important. Let's say 1999. And let's say this is a male. And the blood type. And then plus or minus. The rest of the thing you don't need to key in. For example, the address and the phone, you can leave it blank. Okay. So for example, if you don't know whether it's plus or minus, you can put unknown. Or maybe the blood type you don't know. Yeah, it's okay. You can put unknown. But for this case, we are going to put something here. Then you press the play button. Okay. And make sure you wear the wristband before you do any scan. Okay, before you do any detection, ensure that you are wearing the wristband at the left, at your left hand, and facing your pulse area. Okay, and make sure it's being tightened. Do not let the wristband to be loose, because when it scans other thing, when the wristband is detecting some other thing, the reading might not be so accurate. Okay, so next thing with what we do here is we're going to select the research type is either express, normal, or detailed. Okay, so since since we are doing training here, I'm going for the express type, and then I'm going to press the play button. Okay, so before you do this, make sure the I3 button is being enabled. Okay, it shows here volumetric scanning enabled. Yeah, if you don't on this, if this I3 button is being disabled, the MagnoSeek will not go into a detailed scan. It means it won't go into a deeper tissue or deeper area of the cell to see what's happening. It's going to go through the first layer of your body only. Yeah, so make sure this is being enabled and press the OK button or the play button. Okay, so when you press the play button, yeah, it will start to do the detection. Now, next thing here I'd like to explain to you is about, let's say you have your gallbladder being removed and you don't want the MagnoSeek to do any detection on it. Yes, you can do that. Click this little knife here, the ectomies, and then you're going to remove whatever parts that you want. For example, this one. You want to remove the gallbladder. Or maybe this person lost one of the kidney. Yeah, you can remove that. And then once it's being removed, you will click the continue button. So the MagnoSeek won't have this kind of thing in the detection. Okay? So before you start doing it, you have to ask the person, is there any parts in your body that has been removed? Or you don't have to do this and you go automatic way and you just have to ignore the reading of the MagnoSeek on that part of the body that has been removed. Okay, so you press the start button. So there it goes. It's going for detection. Yeah, this is the detection. So far, so good. Any question until now? Let me check the...
Well, there's some
Check.
questions, Ethan, but let's go ahead and let's just finish what we're doing and then we'll ask them at the end.
Okay. All right,
Perfect.
cool.
Thank you.
Because I like to have some time for it to scan, that's why I ask them questions. Okay, so I'm going to stop it halfway. Okay, just press the pause button and exit button, then press the research done. There you go. after you do a detection, you have this kind of screen. Now, the second button that I like to introduce to you is the select card button, which is the blue notebook. So if you have a few profiles here and you want to select them, yeah, you can select from this screen. This is test number 1, this is test number 2. And you can also sort it out using the date filter. For example, yeah, my system is in Chinese, so you see some Chinese word. Then you can select from the list here based on the dates. When you have a few dates, then you can select from the dates, and you're going to select the profiles that you're going to have the analysis on. The next button is the research button where I show you just now, and you can actually press the button at the profile, and you can also check the button here. Can you see this? The monitor with an arrow. You click this, and you switch to the auto choice or manual choice. So for this case, the blue button here is the manual choice, and you switch it to the text mode. So it becomes text like this. If you don't select it to the text mode, it looks like this. Okay, so right now I'm going to select to the text mode, and I'm going to scan this person at his maybe lymphatic. Okay, so wherever you want, you can select from the list at your left. Okay, so maybe the nerve area, maybe he's having a toothache. You can detect the nerve area here. Yeah, this is the manual method on selecting anywhere in the body. So in total, how many parts are here? It's about 250. And for females, if I'm not mistaken, it's about 260. Okay, so these are the lists that a MagnoSeek can go through. It's from your skin, from your head to your toe, from nerve to vein, arteries, and also the lymphatic system. Everything. Okay, so let's say I'm going to have a detection on the lymphatic vessel. So once you select it, you press the play button. You go through a detection over the lymphatic. Okay, so then after you do that, you'll be listed here. This is what I did just now. Okay, and then the next button will be the intelligent detection. Once you press this button, there'll be a QR code come out. So yeah, the next person you want to use the phone to do a key in of data, yeah, please press the intelligent detection and key in the data here from the QR code. And then in that using the QR code, there is an extra function, which is the AI repair mode. Okay, so in this mode, when you are keying in from the device, there is no AI repair mode. Remember that. Okay, so for new users, I like to recommend to you that you should use the MagnoSeek for auto repair for like 1 or 2 weeks. Then only you go for the manual restoration type. Okay, so these are the 4 major buttons that you can use. Now, next thing is the current analysis button. For this case, when you click the current analysis, you can see, hey, what's happening to the skin at the head? Yeah, what is happening to the scalp? You don't know about that, but then MagnoSeek can tell you about it. Yeah, you press the test standard, which is at the right panel here. There's another magnifying glass. You press it, you can see some wordings in colorful, some colorful wordings at the right of the screen. Okay, it's from the A to the K. Now, usually what we do is we click the biochemical button and we see what is this person lacking, or what is he having, maybe he's lacking or something, or maybe he's a little having excessive or something else. Yeah, we can check from here. But for this session, I'm not going to talk about this yet. Next thing is the pathomorphology, whereby you can see the prediction of MagnoSeek on this person, whereby it's saying that this person is having a tonsillitis. And you don't know what is this about. Maybe you can check the description below here. You see, below the screen, there's a button called description. So when you click it, it will explain to you what is this. Yeah, it will explain to you on what is this about. Okay. But some of the items here might not have the description, yeah. So the tonsil is like it works like this. Okay, you can read it and you can improve your knowledge on things. Next is the allergens. You can check whether this person is allergic to something. You'll be listed here. So if the person is allergic to, let's say, penicillin, let's say this person is allergic to penicillin, then the penicillin will be highlighted in red. Okay, it'll be on top of the screen. You'll be highlighted in red. Now, the fourth item here is the microorganism. When you click it, there will be it'll be highlighted in red. Okay, when you see this thing being highlighted in red, okay, you're going to click it, and then you're going to go through the body. If you have a mouse, this is the added feature. Okay, so you're going to point the mouse over the area, and when it spots the fungus, there will be a picture at your right. It looks like this. Okay, so when it doesn't detect anything, it won't show up. But when you point to the right spot, it will come out like this. Okay, so this is the Microsporum canis, which is at the scalp area. Okay, so you might want to ask the person if he's having a itchy scalp. Yeah. Then you can click inside it. You can click in and see what it is. Yeah. When you click the fungus, there is a number in the circle. Okay, the number in the circle. And what is this? This is actually you are actually programming MagnoSeek to have this item in the list. Okay, for example, I'm clicking the nasal area, or maybe the brain area. Okay, the artery of the brain. Okay, I'm going to click in. And whenever we click, it's going to scan for a time. But this one doesn't cost you any usage token. So don't worry, you can just click around. Okay, you can go in layer by layer, and yeah, it goes on until the deepest molecule. Okay, so you can choose whatever you want. Like, for example, this is the blood, and then you can click the hemoglobin. Okay, so it looks like this. So whatever I click here, you'll be recorded. Yeah, you'll be recorded in here. You see the little plus sign over here. So you click it. Whatever I click will be listed here just now.
Group chat
Whatever I click this. So what you do next is you can use the function here, the manual restoration. The button is saying spectrum training, and Dr. J is saying that we should call this manual repair instead of auto repair. This is a manual type. So when you click it, there'll be a setting window pop out, and you're going to select the area on what you want, where you want to do a restoration of your cell energy. Yeah. And then after that, you're going to click how many cycles you need. For example, 20 cycles. So if you click 20 cycles, the estimated time will be listed here. For example, one cycle is about 5 minutes. But bear in mind, after a proper calculation, the estimated time is actually 5 divided by 3. Okay? Every time you see the estimated time, you need to divide by 3. Then that is more accurate in a way. So let's say 56 minutes divided by 3, which is how much? Which is about 20 minutes. Yeah? It's about 20 minutes for 10 cycles for this area. Okay? So if you want to do a manual restoration on yourself or on somebody else, yeah, I would recommend you to do only one or two areas, one or two parts of the body. Why? It's because it works like this. The body works like this. Every single parts in your body is linked. Okay, so usually we don't do the manual restoration in every parts of our body for once. We do part by part. For example, today I want to train my head, the cell in my head. I want to restore the cells in my head. So I'm going to select only the head. So the next day I'm going to do it at my intestine or my stomach. Yeah, I'm going to select only the stomach. Okay, so that is more concentrated and more focused, and I find it more what do you call that? It's more beneficial in a way. Yeah. So we can do more cycles on one area or focusing on one or two areas. Yeah, but not more than that. It works like a gym schedule, you know. Today is the leg day, tomorrow is the arm day, and yeah, you repeat that. All right, so far so good. Now, I want to show you on how it works. For example, right now I'm going to select only the fungus. Okay, so I'm going to select like 3 cycles or maybe 1 cycle. We put it 1 cycle. It's faster this way. And this will happen. So if we click start, so the MagnoSeek is going to use the destructive frequency to penetrate on this area, like virus, bacteria, fungus, all this kind of thing is going to adjust to a destructive frequency. But for other area of the body is going for a protective frequency. So it's different frequency on every area of your body. Okay, so it's being automatic adjusted to enhance your cell energy and restore it back to a normal state. Okay, so when your cell is at the normal state, it actually works. It will actually start to behave like a normal cell and start to restore your imbalanced organs and make it better. Yeah. So when you're doing the analysis, you see the colors here. Do you know what are these colors? What are they? What do they mean? Like for example, the yellow color. What does it mean? The yellow colors is actually what we are looking for. The best cell energy, which is active and healthy. Okay, active and healthy. And when you see this kind of thing, this is the maroon color, and this is number 5. We call it number 5. Okay, so number 5 is actually way below health level already. So there is something wrong here. There is something imbalance detected. So it's number 5. And the black one is number 6. It is dysfunctional cell, okay, which is pretty bad. And this one, the triangle facing down in red, this is called number 4. So number 4 is slightly below health level. And the triangle facing up, this is number 3. Number 3 is telling us that it's normal, but it's aging cell according to your age. Yeah, so it's normal. And number 2, and the light yellow here is actually what we call dormant cell. Healthy but dormant, is not active, not really active. Okay, so it works like this. Now, how much time do we have? Okay, so until here, I'm going to show you about the comparative analysis. For example, just now I did a little cell restoration or elimination of the fungus, right? So I click this button here at the cross section of head. I've selected the cross section of head and I click the comparative analysis. So what I did was a while. You can see that the cell energy here, it looks a little bit different than the original ones. Yeah, there's a comparison on the cell energy. Okay, so you can see if there's any improvement, you'll be blinking. Any worsening? No. Okay, so click the improvement, you'll be blinking, and then it shows that the strengthening compensatory reaction is 78%. Things like that. You can have this kind of information after you do the, what do you call that? The cell energy restoration. Okay. So far, so good. So we left like 15 minutes. So I'll have this 15 minutes answering to your question.
I believe that Jason had a couple of questions that he had seen in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to see if.
Sorry, I'm talking to myself with the mute on. Give me just a second here. So Linda had said, I have a MagnoSeek set on auto repair and it's stopping on the new customer page. Emphasize on shutdown properly and what to do.
Auto repair and it stopped halfway.
It says stopping at a new customer page.
Yeah, it's being done. Once it stops, you stop there. But new customer page, is it looking like this with the QR code?
Linda, you can go ahead and unmute yourself if you're still on. She says it's not repairing.
Oh, okay. Maybe try again. Maybe we miss out the cycle. We put it at 0 or something.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because when you see this QR code popping out, it's actually after a detection, you'll pop out like this. It looks exactly like this. Mm-hmm. So all you need to do is press the X button. Yeah,
Gotcha.
I think maybe you have missed out the auto repair cycle. Maybe you did not really select the number of cycle.
This is Sugar Ray. Actually, Linda's been talking to me about that, Ethan.
Mm-hmm.
And she said,
Yeah.
I guided her through the beginning, but
Mm-hmm.
she's not able to what she's watching it, it's not going into the repair cycle at all. So I don't.
Doesn't start at all.
That's what she said. So
You did a check on her device.
we're remote. She's in the East Coast and I'm in California. So
Yeah, I can do that remotely. Maybe Linda, can I have your team viewer remote code so that I can get the tech team to go inside and check it out?
And I don't think anybody really knows how to do it unless it's me and you.
Okay.
For when Ethan asked for a team viewer code, what you guys need to do is you need to go to your start menu down at the bottom left corner. And when you click on that start menu there, what's going to do is going to come up a box just right there that's empty. And in that box, you're just going to type in Team Viewer. What that'll do is it'll pull up the program. Once you pull up the program, you click on Team Viewer, it's going to come up with a code and then a password. Those are the two informations that that Ethan needs so we can get it to our Malaysia team so they can look into the account itself.
I'm sorry, my device don't have a team viewer, so I cannot show.
Okay.
So Jason will explain.
Yeah. Linda, what I'll do is if you'll I'll get with you here in just a second. I'll get your information and then I'll get all the information that I need and then we'll keep in contact there. And then Linda also had another question. She was asking how to properly shut down the system. To properly shut down the system, we never hold down the power button. Holding down the power button is going to make the computer completely go crazy. And that's with any computer, so it's not just MagnoSeek. What you're wanting to do is you're wanting to go to the start menu again, and then there's going to be a spot there that actually says shut down. When you click on that, the computer will manually shut down itself properly. When you go to reboot it again, you go to the back of the computer itself, push on the button, and then it'll re-upload itself. So, Linda, I hope that answers your question on the proper shutdown. There hasn't really been too many questions. So if anybody has a question, there it is. What does the number 4 legend of the type of cell energy mean?
Number 4 is below health level. Slightly below health level, you need to pay some attention to it.
So are you saying like 3 is kind of like a median, like a mediocre type of like you're good, just keep it that way kind of thing?
Number 3 is the cell is actually aging, is similar to your age. So it's a normal cell.
Normal cell.
Yeah.
So anything above a 3 is where you kind of want to keep your eyes open.
No, the 3 is normal.
No, I'm saying anything above 3. 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, anything above the 3, yes, correct.
Okay. Let's see. We have how tokens credited to my machine. The 10 free tokens were finished and I was supposed to have 100. I will get with you because that is supposed to be uploaded when you get your system. So reach out to me. It'll be just support@priveshop.com and we'll go ahead and we'll get that figured out for you, Adele. Let's see. Perfect. Okay. Anybody else have any last questions before we let Mr. Ethan try to get some sleep?
No, it's my morning.
Oh, it's your morning. So we can go get some sleep. How about that?
Yeah, you also get some sleep.
Really quickly, Ethan, if we're done there, let's just, if you wouldn't mind stopping your screen share, and then I'll take over the screen share really quickly.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Okay, done.
Perfect. I just wanted to do a really quick reminder. And I'm also, let's see, here we go. Okay, I just want to give everybody a really quick reminder about the events coming up. So very quickly, if you go to priveshop.com, this is what you're going to see. And up here, you're going to see that there is an events tab. If you click on events, it'll take you to our events page. Once you go to our events page, you're going to see the upcoming events. On September 20th, that is our Magnify Orange County event. We've also got our Aligned Las Vegas in October 3rd. And then we have our anniversary event in Penang on November 20th and 29th. For the Magnify event, this is the one I was talking about earlier, where Dr. J will be there. If you just click on that, you're going to see all of the you'll see information here. You can click on more info if you want to see more info about who is speaking, when, where, all of that information. And then you just click on purchase a ticket and you can get your ticket there. So I just wanted everybody to see exactly how to get your ticket so you know what you need to do, and invite everybody to come out to that event for all sorts of knowledge to be shared that day. So we appreciate you all joining us tonight. One thing that we will be doing is we're going to be taking a lot of this information. We're going to be building our own training system and videos to get out to everybody, and we'll have those made by our media team. So we appreciate all of the information that Ethan and Jason are giving us to be able to also create those. As a reminder, next Tuesday night, same time, in the same chat or same Zoom, I guess, we'll have it and have this training. We're going to do a little bit higher level, so we'll go kind of to an intermediate level with the MagnoSeek. One thing that's really incredible about this device is how you can personalize it. And this is part of what Ethan was showing us tonight, and we'll dive a little bit more into that next week as well. So we appreciate your time tonight. We look forward to spending some time with you next week. And then we'll, at that time, start gathering questions for our MagnoSeek Q&A session, which would be the following week. So thanks again, and we'll see you all soon. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right,
Okay.
everybody, we want to welcome all of you out to our intermediate MagnoSeek training tonight with Ethen Poh from our Malaysia team. And, Ethan is basically the best expert that we've got on this device. And he's here tonight to share some more of these tips, tricks, hints, all that kind of stuff, and teach you all how to get the most out of that MagnoSeek item. So we're really excited to have him here. And in fact, I don't know if the word is out to everybody, but from what I hear, Ethan, you actually might be headed physically over to our direction, coming over to visit us in the United States, right?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes, I am.
So, and from my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, but you're going to be coming over and you're going to be setting up all sorts of trainings around the country, and you'll be spending a lot of time with our IBOs and our customers, teaching them about the MagnoSeek in person, and we'll probably Zoom and stream some of those trainings as well.
Yeah, exactly. And ask me any question.
Love it. Well, we can't wait to get you here. But for tonight, we're going to get started. So I'm going to turn the time over to you, Ethan, and I'll have you take it away now.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Jim. And I'm pretty sure that Dr. J can explain way better than me right now.
He's learning a lot. He's getting good. He's catching up to you, but he's only catching up because you're teaching him.
Nah, he's having this great knowledge of his. I'm learning from him as well.
Awesome.
Okay, now let's go for our analysis. So every time, what you can see right now is short. Okay, there are only a few items here. You know why? is because this is the quick scan, okay? Or you might call it a quick detection. So there are just a few parts because I want to save some time. I don't want to go for detailed detection in a training, okay? So when we have this, first of all, when we want to conduct an analysis on a person, so let's say this person, the name is Tess, okay? So the date of birth, 1999, so kind of good health. But then, when we go for current analysis, when we click the magnifying glass, okay, you can see this kind of picture. Yeah. But then, when you click this pictogram, you can see all these kind of icons. You know what is that? It's actually for you to play around with it. Okay, you can turn it around. You can go into the deeper area, but make sure when you are doing this, the person is on the wristband. Okay, the wristband is worn at the pulse area, so that you can go for a deeper area of the body, like the other area, so that you can conduct a detection on this area. Okay, so this is the facial nerve. So why are we going for facial nerve? Is because certain people, they have these challenges at the nerve, whereby you see the eye always blinking non-stop, things like that. Okay, and yeah, you can play around with it. Go for the knife, and you can cut it into half, and then you can see what's inside. Okay, from here you can see, oh, there are some 5 at the nasal area, respiratory area. So what you can do is you click the magnifying glass at the right panel here. So when you click it, there will be a list of wordings at the right. Let me explain one by one to you. Okay. Now, first of all, that's the organ operation. Okay. When you click the A, okay, we have A to the K, right? So when you click the A and you scroll down to the deepest, you can see this, the bigger numbers, which is 5 point something, 2 point something in black, which means this area, there is some imbalances here. Okay, there are imbalances in these areas, epidermis, tonsil, and things like this, pharynx. And yeah, I don't know why is this, because I'm not a medical person, so I might want to refer to the description below here. So when I click, oh, doesn't say much. Okay, but never mind. What is corium? It's about the skin, epidermis, tonsil, yeah, things like that. So these are the area that's having imbalances. And then when we click the biochemical, the reading here will be different. So at the A, this is the only category whereby we go for the bigger number to see the imbalances. But then for the B onwards, they are all about lower number. The lower the number, the higher the chances is the imbalances. What we are doing here is a prediction. Okay, so you can see lymphocytes. Okay, the lymphocyte is, let's see, is it excessive? Yeah, too much of lymphocyte. It means that this person might have some inflammation, okay, or infection somewhere. That's why when you have this, and you're going to get more lymphocytes. Okay, so you can analyze one by one. How to analyze that? You are going to click one of the item, like for example, magnesium. And then you're going for NLS analysis at the top. You can see these 3 arrows here, the icon here. When you click it and you exit it, you see, oh, lack of a bit. Okay, so what's the blue color means? Insulin. So the blue color is always neutral. You can see the N. Yeah. So -1 is you're lacking of something, and +3 is or +2 is you have excessive of something. Let's say the fatty acid of plasma. Okay, excessive. All right, so far so good on the biochemical. And the pathomorphology is about the prediction of disease. Okay, prediction of disease. So you might want to see respiratory infection. Yeah, I missed out something. When you look at biochemical, when you scroll down to the deepest, the pathomorphology, when you go for the deepest or the lower part, you see these infinity symbols, right? Infinity symbols means that no, you won't get this kind of thing. Okay, but then when you see numbers, there are risks on this kind of thing. Okay, reactive insanity and hysteria, things like that. So these are the possibility of the person who is going to get it. The higher the number, the least possibility this person is getting it. Okay, so when it's highlighted in red, it's very high chance that the person is having the sickness or disease. Okay, it's at the prediction. Okay, so it's not like we don't tell people like confirm 100% you are getting a respiratory infection, but all this are prediction based on your cell energy. Yeah. So next button here is called the allergens. When the person is having allergies, if he or she is having some allergies at something, it'll be highlighted in red, and the numbers at the left column here is very, very small, like 0 point something. Okay, so you can see that there are tons of items here, like chemical, chocolate, things like that, cow milk fruit. Okay, next we go for microorganism. Just now we see respiratory infection, so therefore this person is having some coronavirus or influenza virus, which is the flu virus, which is causing the person to have respiratory infection. Now, when we click the microorganism and the button here, bacteria research, is being highlighted in red. Okay, there is color here, meaning to say you can press it. So when you press this button, you can see, oh, this is the coronavirus. And when you move your mouse over to somewhere in the body, okay, so this is the nose, right? The nasal area. So we'll click it. You get a numeric number in circle. Okay, so you can go inside and click inside. Okay, why do we do that? Because what we are doing right now when we are clicking is we are programming the MagnoSeek. Okay, you have this kind of entry here. Whatever I click just now will be listed here. So why is it listed here? Is because later part, when I'm finished on analysis and clicking and getting all the records here, I can go for the spectrum training. So when I click the spectrum training, I can use the MagnoSeek to amplify the frequency on this area, on the virus and the content of the virus. Okay, now back to our analysis. Okay, so yeah, and oh, maybe something with the tooth. Okay, so instead of we clicking all the colors here, we can go and click somewhere which is don't have any indicators. Like for example, I want to check on the scalp area. Okay, let's say I check on the scalp. Yeah, I go into the scalp. I want to check how healthy the hair is, or the hair bulb is, or the scalp. Yeah, we can do that. Okay, we can do that. You just go into the hair bulb, and you can check the capillary inside. Yeah, just go in deeper. Okay, so you can go deep inside the tissue or the cell to program the MagnoSeek, to get the MagnoSeek to use the frequency on this area. So why do we do that? It's because we want this area on the scalp to be more healthy, or to activate the cell, to make the cell more balanced in a way. Okay, so when we click those, this thing will come out. You see the scalp, hair bulb, capillary, or whatever I click just now, it will be listed here. Now, next thing on the colors, the phytotherapy. This is what we call a plant therapy. So the smaller the number is, the better the usage is, okay? Or the better the effect is. But right now, when you see these numbers are so big, so we don't need to use the phytotherapy, because after all these months using the MagnoSeek, we still find spectrum training is the best. Okay, spectrum training is the best. And now come to the food. This food in green, and the very small value here at the left, is the recommended food. Okay, and you can also check what kind of food I'm not supposed to eat. Okay, let's say you have a customer, he see this, and you might want to advise what kind of food that he or she is not supposed to eat, like not recommended. You see the black color ones, vodka, goose meat, whiskey or pork, dark meat, light beer. Okay, because the numbers here are kind of large. Okay, for large numbers, it's recommended for them to avoid this. Not necessarily say they're not supposed to eat, but not recommended. Okay, and the last one, the K, is the mineral therapy. Okay, so in mineral therapy, it works differently than the spectrum training. Why? Is because the mineral therapy, it can only target one area. For example, right now, let's say we are talking about, let's say the eye. Okay, let's say this one, the eye ground. I just click any area I want. So when we have this, and I go here, where's the eye ground that I clicked just now? Okay, so you see the eye ground. When I click the current analysis, and again, I go to the test standard, which is another magnifying glass. So what we get here, oh, I forgot to click the eye ground. You see that? You see these numbers, they are more than 0.3. Okay, it's a larger number, which means mineral therapy is not so recommended to use. Okay, it's not so effective. But then, if you go for things like nerve, okay, areas like nerve, okay, let's say I click on the nerve here. right? We have the nerve, right? So when we have the nerve and we click the K, you see the numbers here, 0.1, 0.1 point something, 0.165, 187. It means that it's more effective to use the mineral therapy at this area. So after that, you see that the mineral therapy, the emerald is being lit up in red, okay, or the mineral stone. So all we need to do is we can select the recommended stones and we proceed with mineral therapy on this area. Okay, maybe we can go for 100 times. Because why? It's just one area. And then it's going to be very fast if you click like 10 times. Okay, so usually we put 100 or 200. Maximum is 4 hours. So you get it? Maximum 4 hours. And the maximum 4 hours is always 200 times. Okay, so far okay. Now, next, how do we analyze an area? So, for example, just now was the head, and right now I want to go for, let's say the lung area. Okay, so same thing. I click on the area. I click on the part. Then I click the current analysis again. You can see that, oh, something is wrong somewhere here. Okay, in the middle here. What is that? So you're going to click the test standard again. And then you can start analyze the area. It works differently than the head. The reading. Okay, the reading is different than the head. So you can see the syndrome. Okay, the risk that this person is having at this area is like intestinal, chronic, something gastric, things like that. So you can go and play around with your test subjects. Okay. So far, so good. Yeah, I owe you something. Just now we were talking about the virus. And let's say, I think a lot of people be very interested in this. So let's say you have virus in your body or fungus or bacteria, whatever it is, or parasite. Click the spectrum training button. And then select it. Like, for example, right now is the cross-section of head, coronavirus, RNA. Okay, these 3 items, I'm going to do 3 counts. And then all I need to do is press the start button. So here it goes. So it looks like this. Okay, you see the moon is called destructor. So it is a destructive frequency. MagnoSeek is automatically adjusted to a destructive frequency on this area, like virus. Okay. And then when it goes to a normal organ or normal cell like this, you switch to the sun, which is the protector. So what I mean is the MagnoSeek can auto adjust the frequency according to where we are clicking, okay, on where we are focusing. So if we are focusing on virus, bacteria, fungus, yeah, it will switch to another method of frequency, another mode of frequency, which it will slow down the virus, slow them down, or maybe try to eliminate them using frequency. And then for other area of the body, you go for a protective frequency, which is like enhancing your cell, balance them up, and make them active. Okay? So this is the vital and most important part of MagnoSeek. Okay? Instead of doing detection, the MagnoSeek can perform what do you call that? Cell energy enhancement. Activate your cell, or you can call it harmonize all your cell and make them more healthy. In a way, your cell will help yourself to heal. Okay. Now, yesterday I received an inquiry saying that how to generate a report. Let's say we want to generate a report. So this is the profile that we just did a detection. Then we are going to click the reporting button at the right. Okay. So we click the reporting button and the reporting setting will come out. But remember, when you click all these items here, or you click all the buttons here, click only once. Do not click twice or spam click it, because when you click it many times, or maybe twice, the program will be running on how many times you click it, and then you get some errors in return. Okay, so normally when we click the reporting button, the reporting setting comes out, and there will be a preset. Okay, you choose for you on where you want to on which area you want to generate in your report. So yeah, we don't want to have all these sub records or subtitle below the main title here. Okay, we just want to uncheck them. Don't check the box below your main title. Yeah, uncheck all these, because eventually it will be included in your report. All we need is the title of it. For example, I want to generate the organ and maybe the facial nerve, things like that. And then I just click the collect button. Okay, so you have to wait for a few minutes for it to generate. But I don't know whether my report will be successful now. Is because just now I did a meta therapy. Okay, just now I did a repair on the person. So when you have the reporting set up with repair records inside, it might not be successful. Okay, it's because the meta therapy records is not an item that it can read. Yeah, you get what I mean? So yeah, I think it's successful. Let's try. I think it's done. So we have to wait for a while for the QR code to come out. Like for example, this one. We click the AI report here at the right. You see the right? Click the AI report, and it is going to process for like 30 seconds to 50 seconds. So you don't need to wait for 180 seconds. You wait for like 30 seconds. And then what will come out is the QR code. You get the QR code, and you're going to scan the QR code using your phone. So when you have the QR code, there is a view QR code at the left, and then another QR code which is called history at the right. So for example, like what Sugar Ray was asking just now, what if I want to keep my record? Yeah, when you have your record, and always after a detection you did a reporting, and make sure you're using the same number, because the number will be representing the person. For us, we'll put like our phone number. I don't know whether you want to do it, or maybe you want to put a random number which belongs to you, a unique number. So when you have a unique number which is always used by the same person, when you scan the history here, you get all the history before. Like for example, last month you did a report. Maybe you did 10 reports. They'll be all in the history when you scan the QR code. Okay, so when you scan the view QR code here, you'll be the current report, okay, which is the report now. So far, so good? Yeah. Always we will advise the customer or the person to keep a copy of the QR code. Just snap a picture and store it in the phone. In case they lost it or something, they still can refer back to the QR code that they took. Yeah. So this is about the reporting. Okay. Come back to you all. Any questions so far? I need some question from the floor so that I can answer. I can answer to you. How do I know how many sessions I have used and how many I have left? Hi, BJ. According to your question, the right now we are still doing testing on this. Actually, you don't have it right now on how many counts do you have left or how many sessions left. Okay, but then for my version, this is the later version, which is so far there are only a few person who is having it, like Dr. J, myself. We are testing it. Okay, we are testing it. For example, right now, let's say we are going for the nerve area, the facial nerve. Okay, let's say I put 3 counts. You see something at the top when we start. So it works like this. Data preparation. You see these small little wordings at the top here. You see that? Remaining time. It always jump around. And then overall progress. How many cycles left? 1/2. Okay. And then the last one will be 2/2. Yeah. So this is the improvised version. But we are still doing testing. Not yet released to all of you. Yeah. Or maybe whoever would like to test it out, yeah, you might want to look for us. We might be able to install to your device so that you can do the testing with us. But provided, you need to know how to use the MagnoSeek first, or else you can't do the testing. Okay. But for the current version that you have, you can't know about how many sessions left or how many cycles do you have. Okay, BJ.
Hey, BJ, does that answer your question?
No, it really didn't.
Okay. Ethan, I think what she was saying is, at the startup, when you have all the boxes that you're checking, it shows how
Yeah.
many tokens you have left. Can you go to that screen and see? And
Okay.
BJ, am I correct on that, or am I also wrong?
I thought she was asking about spectrum training. Are you talking about this? The balance?
Yeah. Yes, that's what I want to see. Right.
Perfect.
Oh, okay. So this is how many counts you have left.
Okay.
This is
And
where you're going to monitor how many counts you left, like your usage token.
does that come up when I turn it on or after I finish a report?
Always when you are starting the program.
Stopping it. Okay.
This is the first screen you see every time when you're on the program.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So make sure the clear DB is unchecked unless you want to clear the database. The rest of the thing you can check the boxes.
Okay.
Then press the OK button. And you're in.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Ethan,
Welcome. Hi.
Ethan, this is India. Are we supposed
Hi,
to check?
India.
Are we supposed to check all the boxes except the clear DB?
Yeah, I always do that because if you miss out something, you might lose 1 or 2 of the buttons here at the top.
Okay.
Okay.
It looks like there's another question from Diego.
Hi, Diego.
He said, if there are multiple bacteria in one area, for example, 10, so we have to click 1, then go inside bacteria 1, and so on.
No, we don't click all of them. Like, for example, the test subject just now. What's the name again? Test 78. Okay. So, for example, this one, the person is having multiple virus. Yeah, when you check on this, you see coronavirus and influenza virus is different. So we only need to select one, just one. Then the rest of the thing, MagnoSeek will take care for you. Yeah. So just go around, get the RNA. Certain virus, they don't have the RNA, so just leave it. So this is the influenza virus C, and we go for the coronavirus, and we click again on the bacterial research. And yeah, we can look around and see where it is. Okay, it's at the throat. Just click it. So you have two items, two different viruses. Okay, so this is the profile, and you'll be all listed here. And next thing is click the spectrum training and go for how many cycles you want, and click the start button. That's it. Easy, right? So when I run a scan, this is from Kylie or Cal, I don't know how. When I run a scan and repair, I'll do the same session like standard. However, I've seen the scan be longer for one person and really short for the next person. Is there a reason for that? Usually okay, I'll show you from the screen. Let's say you start a person. Okay, there are always three selection for you. It's either a quick detection, a normal detection, or a detailed detection. 3 types. So what we did just now was the quick one, the express, whereby you see all the items here. They are really just a few of it. It took less than 1 minute for detection. So when you go for standard ones, it'll be more or less like 10 minutes. And for the detailed one, the detailed detection is going to take about 15 to 20 minutes per scan. Okay, so for your case, I think you might have chosen in between standard and detailed. Yeah, standard is much more lesser. Could you please go across the top and explain each button which are currently active? Brenda, I think I just did. But the buttons here that you don't have, I won't explain now. Okay, maybe next session I'll explain on this, because these are the new features of MagnoSeek, like auto repair or AI report. These 2 buttons you don't have.
Okay.
So right now I'm not going to explain that. Yeah, because it's going to confuse a lot of people. Okay. Now the next thing is, we can explain about comparative analysis. Let's say we did a repair on somewhere in the body. Yeah. And we click the part that we did on the repair part, on the repair. So we're going to click the comparative analysis. And you can see the difference of the cell energy here at the cross section of head. Because just now I just did 1 cycle. And it was successful because the strengthening compensatory reaction was 78%. And we can also click the improvement here to see where it has been improved. You see it is blinking. Okay. So this is how we do a comparison before and after. This is with metatherapy, and yeah, you can see that it's blinking. And this is before that. Is there any worsening? No. Okay. So it's all about improvement. Will it revert to a quick session on its own? I always do a double check to make sure. Yes, it might, because certain I think you are using iPhone. Okay, when you're using iPhone, somehow Safari's cache memory will always go back to whatever you've selected before. Like male or female, certain people get the person who is using the MagnoSeek is a male, but then when you press the start button, the screen come out as a female. Yeah, things like that. So you might want to change your phone to scan the QR code or to key in the data. Okay, or maybe you like to do it on the screen. Like for example, you click the new card, the red notebook. I think I've explained that during the last session, and then you key in the name. Okay, key in the name 111. Make sure you key in the date of birth, and yeah, choose the blood type. Maybe click on the play button. Yeah, and then you select detail at the bottom here. And remember the I3 button, you need to enable it so that the MagnoSeek can go into a more detailed analysis and detection on all the layers of the cell. When it detects imbalances, you automatically go into a deeper scan. Okay? Then you press the start button. Right? From the screen here, you can also start a detection. Yeah. I think I missed where to adjust the strengthening compensatory in your screen. Diego. Maybe I can show you again. So we click the blue notebook to select a profile. So this is the latest profile that I did just now. And then the cross section of head with metatherapy here. Yeah, we go for the topic. Yeah, we are not going for the subs, which is here, frontal cross section of head. So when you see the metatherapy wording here, you don't compare this. Okay, we only compare the main topic, which is on the top. Then we click the comparative analysis. Yeah, there you go. Why did my scanning didn't go through to the end? He said maybe because my wrist is too small. Could that be the reason? Is there a way I can get scanned? This question is interesting. Your scan doesn't go through till the end. There are two possibilities. One, your internet connection is breaking. Okay, so when it doesn't have the internet, it doesn't work. Number two, your wristband might be loose. You need to check with the other. Maybe you can try the other USB port. Try to reattach it. Yeah, because if the device doesn't detect your wristband, it will stop as well. So these are the two possibilities. Or maybe number three, the device is having too much of database. Too much means maybe there are 20 or 30 profiles inside, or maybe hundreds of it inside. Yeah, you might want to clear the database. So these 3 reasons. Okay. Yeah, Angie.
All right, Ethan,
Okay,
I
I
think we're
think.
going to go ahead and just wrap it up for tonight. I went
Yeah.
ahead and I put the email in there for you guys. If you have any more questions for Ethan,
Mm-hmm.
especially for next week's question and answer session that we're going to be doing with Ethan, please let me know here at support@priveshop.com, and we'll get those questions over to him so he can get those answered for you. All right. Well, Ethan, hey, thanks so much for your time. We really appreciate it and
Thank
all the
you.
knowledge that you're providing for all of us, and we really do appreciate your time.
Thanks,
Thank you, Jason.
everybody.
Thank you,
And
everyone.
yes, and join us next week again. And like Jason just said, we will have a question and answer session. And so we will send out in our social media a post. So if you stay tuned to our social media, we'll have a post where you can ask some questions there, and we'll take those questions. But also, like Jason said, support at Price if you want anything answered, and we'll take those. And we'll see you all next week. So thank you so much for joining us tonight.
You need to bring me.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Good evening to everybody. Good morning to Ethan over in Malaysia. And we want to welcome all of you to tonight's 3rd week in our 3-week installment of trainings for this incredible MagnoSeek program. And this product, there is so much information that you can dive really deep into, and we've been lucky enough to be able to have probably the most expert person in the company, if not in all the world, Mr. Ethen Poh, with us, who has been able to go through so many questions and answers and explain everything it is that we really need to know to get started from a beginner to an intermediate level. Tonight we are going to take questions from each of you, and we're going to provide answers for those. So I will be moderating some of those. Jason will help as well, and Ethen will be providing answers for us. So thanks again for all of you who have put in so much time to learning about this product. We've been really excited to be able to share it with you. So to kick off tonight, we've got a couple of questions. First off, one thing that I do want to do is we're going to talk really briefly about our next shipment of this product, because I know that a couple of people in here are waiting for their units of the product to arrive, and then we can ship out to you. And then some people are very interested in helping facilitate their friends purchasing these products. And so just to let you know, right now we have that shipment. It has been made at the manufacturers. It is on its way to us here in the United States. We anticipate it hitting our ports here in the US very soon. And what we want to do is we're going to bring that to our Utah offices. And then we've got a couple of things that we have to work with those items. We have to put in a couple numbers and calibrate it for you, get it all situated. We want to put in something that I'm going to tell you about in just a moment, and then we're going to ship it out. The time frame on that, we are anticipating it arriving to us here approximately 1 week from today. So we're looking at the 30th for it to arrive here in our offices in Utah. Then it will take us 1 or 2 days after we receive them to be able to process a bunch of them, to get them out and shipped to those of you who have been waiting so patiently for them. And then we'll open them up so they won't be necessarily on a pre-sale order any longer. They'll just be for sale. So We anticipate those shipments should start going out from our warehouse probably around the 2nd or 3rd. So next Thursday, Friday, that's when we figure we'll start seeing those head out of our offices and our warehouse. So really exciting news. We're excited to have those sending out. The other thing that I did see a question come through about is Mr. Ethen Poh is actually heading our way. He's going to be coming over here to the US and he's going to be traveling around and doing some trainings. We have not announced all of those dates. We are working with some of our field leaders here to set those dates in stone. I do know that he will be in Las Vegas on October, I believe it is 3rd and 4th. Is that correct, Jason? Okay, I saw the nod. On October 3rd and 4th, Ethan's going to be here in Vegas, and we have an event down there that each of you, if you go to our prifeshop.com, you can click on events and you can get tickets there. He will be training live there. And on the 4th, Jason and Ethen will be holding a special MagnoSeek specific training for a good portion of that day. So we're really excited to be able to have that going on. And then I want each of you to stay tuned for additional dates. We will be releasing those dates and pushing those out through our Price report, through our app with alerts through our app. We will also send it in our Friday newsletters that go out, and we will be sending that information on our social media channels. So make sure you go to Facebook, is probably the best one to tune into. Facebook, it is Price North America, and it has an orange icon. That is the one that you want to make sure that you are joining and following closely for all of those dates. Jason, did I miss anything there?
No, I think you did really well on that. That was great.
Right. So I guess with that being said, one thing also to mention is once Ethen is done here in the US, then he hops down into Mexico and he has a couple of trainings down in Mexico. And then I believe beyond that, I think he heads maybe to Guatemala, Colombia. Ethen, where are you headed after that?
Colombia, and then Poland, France.
So he is going to be well traveled here shortly. So there are a lot of opportunities for you to meet him face to face and to train with him. So that being said, let's jump into some of the questions that each of you have submitted prior to this call, and then also some of them that you have entered, I guess, in our chat here. So first off, Jason, I believe you had a question that you wanted to have covered. Would you go with the first question that you had?
Yeah, give me 1 second. I pulled it up. I have a lot of people that were messaging me, so I want to make sure that I get the right one. Give me 1 second here.
Perfect.
Okay. So, Ethen, the first one that I have is after you complete the scan and the repair, you can compare the repaired scans. Which of the repaired list is the most recent? That was her question.
Which is the repair list? It's the recent.
It's the most recent, correct.
To answer to that question, maybe we can answer it later, because I like to show them.
So what we can do is we'll get to a point where we can show and compare some of those, and you can show how they can identify which is most recent a little bit later in the presentation.
Yeah, because right now our profile is new, so I don't have spectrum training or repair in the list.
Got it.
So once I have that, I'll show them.
Okay. So let's circle back to that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So just now I saw that how do we spot the knee joint?
Yeah, let's
Yes.
go and start there. Yeah.
On the nerve. Yeah.
Yep.
Can
How do
start
we
on that?
access the nerves around the knee joints?
Okay, it's simple. So right now, what we see here is a quick scan. Okay, it's a quick detection. So we only have a few parts over here. Now, let's say you don't have it. So you're going to press the research button at the top, which is the play button. And then you're going to switch it to manual choice, which is the blue button here. Can you see that? And then you're going to scroll down the list and find where you want to do a detection. Like, for example, right now is the palm joint. Let's say the hip joint. Or maybe the femur. Hip joint, knee joint. Okay, all the joints. Okay, and then after that, we're going to press the play button. And also, I noticed that you are looking for the nerve. So the nerve is the other system which you can find over the list, whereby is all the nerve system. You see that? Nerve, face nerve, other parts of the nerve. Where's the nerve? This is the thorax. So, yeah, we just skip that. You can find the nerve over here. So after we press the play button, you'll start to do the detection. And let's say you're going for the knee joint. So after a detection, it will stop, right? So this is a fast one. Then we press the exit button, or you can go for the analysis, okay? So for example, this one is the knee joint. Let's say the left side of the knee joint, yeah? Press the analysis button. Okay, then you press the microscope. So once you press the microscope, what happens is you have a icon looks like a cookie. So you can actually go in, like go to the whatever section you have at the knee joints. This is the tissue. Okay, you can flip around and look for the nerve. So yeah, this one is your bone marrow. Okay, you can also check your bone marrow here. So when you click in, this is the bone marrow at your knee joint. And then you go to your cartilage. So you can find the whatever parts inside. Like for example, this is one of it. Okay, then you can go in. Yeah, I like to cover something else right now. For example, right now we are doing something with our cartilage, but if you are doing it manually, first thing you need to do is you got to make sure you go into this part. What do you call this? Mitochondrions.
Yep,
I don't know how to. Sometimes I don't know how to phrase it.
No, you did well.
So you go in, make sure you click the white area, which is the RNA. So in the RNA, make sure you do this. You make sure you're going to click all the 4 colors, which is the blue, red, pink, and green. You have the cytosine, you have the adenine, then the green.
The thymine and the guanine. Ethan, you forgot the other two.
Yeah. And also the pink. So make sure you do this. Why? Is because this is the powerhouse of your cell. Okay. So make sure you click this and then you go to the ATP. And also this thing. It looks like a bulb. Okay. So you're going to click these 3 items in the cell's powerhouse. Okay. And also the cytoplasm. And the rest is up to you. This one is optional. Okay. So make sure you find the number 5 or number 6 if that's the priority. Then the rest will be okay. So if you're looking for the nerve, if not mistaken,
My God, talaga?
the nerve is not mistaken is over here. You see the nerve? Yeah, this is the nerve. Okay, then you go into the nerve and make sure you go to the capillary. But you don't need to go into the blood, yeah. Because why? MagnoSeek works like this. It's like they are like taking a picture of it. So right now, this is the blood system. So the blood is flowing. So every time it'll be different. So basically, we don't go and click the blood. Yeah. So we go to other area like this.
Ethan,
Yes.
as you go to click on something, would you be able to move the cursor around it just a few times, just so it's a little bit easier to follow the cursor as you're about to click on something?
Okay, sorry about that. Maybe I went
Good.
too far. Okay. So, yeah, let's start over. So this is a transverse section of the left femur. So when we go into here, it's like the cut of your leg somewhere. So you just go and pinpoint over this area. There will be a nerve system over here. So when you click in, you see that? When you click in, this will be the nerve. So you're going over a few areas here. Number 1 is the capillary, and the other area is, yeah, this is the, I don't know how to read, fast cycle of nerve. Okay, and then, yeah, that's it. All you need to do is click this one, and then the rest of the thing you don't need to click anymore. And also the outer area of the nerve. Yeah, you just go and click these areas, then it'll be okay. All right. So this area, when you point your mouse over, there is this one that you must click, the fiber. Yeah, and then the rest of the thing, you look for there's another one. Oh yeah, this one. You see this? Lymphocyte. Click it. We only focus on a few areas. Yeah. So you don't need to like click everything you see. All we need to do is we find this, the cell battery or the powerhouse. Okay, so make sure you do the same thing again. Go to click the white area, which is the RNA, and go to the 4 colors. Okay, and then the light bulb. And also the ATP, which is the blue color area. Okay, that's it. So let's say we are going to do something at our knee joints. Then we're going to click the exit button. And whatever I click just now is all listed here. You see that? All the list over here. And what we do is we click the spectrum training. And then we are going to select how many counts we are going to penetrate these areas. So let's say we only do a few, because right now we are doing demo, so I don't want to keep you waiting while it's blasting over all these areas. And then we're gonna click the play, the start button. So this will happen. And after that, I'm going to show you the comparison. So to a lot of you might think that, oh, this is so complicated. How do I know where to click every time when I want to do a manual selection on certain parts? Like every single part is different to me. Yeah. So do I. When I started with MagnoSeek, I feel the same. Where can I find all this kind of thing? Like, this will need a little bit of practice. So basically, they are almost the same. So we only target on a few areas that is very important, and then the rest is up to us to click. You know, the more you click, the least time is going to give to that area. What I meant was, like, for example, right now for the knee joint, if I click like 20 over items, so for let's say 10 sessions for 20 over items, it's going to take a long time. So there will be least penetration on every area. So we're going to keep it more simple. We don't want to click too many items here. Yeah. So for example, I'm going to do a spectrum training over my left femur or my knee joints. I'm going to keep it like only these 2 items, only these 2 subjects. Yeah. So that I won't need to like spend the whole night, the whole day, you know, doing spectrum training. So maybe I just spend like 1 or 2 hours will do. And it's more focused in this way. Okay, back to that question just now about how do we do the comparison. So right now we did just now we did a spectrum training on the nerve. So all we need to do is we click the comparative analysis. We select the area first. After we do a repair, we select the area that we want, for example, the nerve, and then we click the comparative analysis. And there you go. You see that the strengthening compensatory reaction is 80%. It's very successful. And then you can see that before and after. And you also can click the improvement. You see that it's blinking. Yeah. So these are the improvement areas. So did I answer the question?
I believe so. I think I think the stem of the question was asking about how you can tell which one was the earlier and which one was the later. Is that correct? Is that
This
what you
is
understood, Jason?
Yeah.
the later part. The latest one is with the bracket metatherapy beside.
Okay, perfect.
So the metatherapy is the one that was done prior. Is that correct?
Yeah, this is like after we do the metatherapy or after we did the repair. So this is how it looks like. The cell energy looks better than
Yep.
before.
So metatherapy is the most recent.
Yep.
That it's the after, I guess.
After.
Yeah, this is the after.
Great. Okay. Good. Okay, let me look through really quickly. Let's see. There's a question here. I believe it's probably a relatively simple one. It says, "What does the green plus mean on a scan?"
The green plus. Good question. So let's say we go into here and you want to look for the green plus button. Where can I find?
Hey,
Describe
BJ, maybe if you can just unmute yourself and maybe show him what it is that you're talking about or where to actually find this green plus.
I think you just found one there. Yep, right here.
Yeah. I'm showing you on the screen. This is the green plus. The green plus is actually when you click the describe structure button over here. You see that there are two pieces of paper. So after you click it, the green plus will appear. So the green plus is actually a description showing that where are you pointing, or
It gives
what
you
is
a label of the structure.
Yeah, it gives you a label. Yes, exactly.
Great.
Nerve bundle, the whatever you show, whatever you point, there will be a label over there. Okay, so this is the green plus button.
Great. Ken, would you be able to, one of the other questions, so on this, right where we are right now, could you tell us what each of those icons mean? I guess as you just go across them, just give us a very brief explanation of what each of those icons do.
Okay, good. So let's talk about the icons. For example, right now we skip the top part. The metatherapy, you all know how is this. This is like just one round of, when you click the metatherapy button over here, the first one, you go for one round of repair over this page, over this area on what it shows. Okay, so the two buttons here, we don't use it. Okay, so I'm not going to talk about it now. For this one, more precise like this, all you need to do is when you click this button, you go over the area whereby you want to have extra detection. For example, my scalp, I'm going to check the scalp, like very detailed, every single inch of it, or maybe millimeters of it. And then you click the play button. So this is how it goes. You see that? You go over the scalp. Okay, let's say you want to check on your nasal area. Oops. Nasal area, yeah, you're going to click it. Click wherever you want to detect, anywhere you want, like the chin, everywhere. Then just click the play button. Then you do another scan. So this kind of thing, It doesn't cost you a token. You can just explore it. Okay.
Great.
Or this one. This is a bit, what do you call that?
Oh, like a circuit, you like the circle tool, so you can like mark you can just circle a certain area.
Yeah, you can draw on it. So then you go for that area.
Got
See
it.
that?
Yep.
Okay, so we don't usually use this because it's very hard to see. So just delete it. Oh, I don't know how to delete. Because we seldom use this function. Okay, never mind. Then you all know this, the test standard. When you click in, you have all the biochemical, the thing here listed here, and you're going to study on what is the person lacking or where he's having excessive, for example, vitamin E. Yeah, then we click the NLS analysis, and then we click the exit button. Then you see, oh, lack of vitamin E. Okay, so you can suggest the person, please go and take some supplement. Yeah. Then the C. But the pathomorphology. So what is this? Tonsil. Meaning to say this person is having itchy throat, or maybe having a pain at the throat area. Yeah, infection happening. Okay, and also respiratory infection. Next thing is the allergens. You can see all the allergy. If they have, it'll be highlighted in red. And microorganism. This is the very interesting part. A lot of people still, the number one thing they want to use the MagnoSeek is to use this function to find the virus. Okay. For example, this adenovirus is being written up. It's being highlighted in red. So the bacteria research button will be highlighted in red as well. So if you click this button, when you point your mouse over, if there is virus, it'll be showing on your right, okay, on your right part of the screen. So you need to click it, click the virus, then you see this, okay. Normally we only go for another layer, like only 2 times, okay, until the DNA or RNA of the virus, and then yeah, and then we're going to exit the screen. Then you see whatever I clicked just now is highlighted here. Okay, it's highlighted here. And what you do, if you want to get rid of the virus, all you need to do is press the spectrum training, and as usual, click them and press the start button. And there you go. You see it blasting the virus like this. Okay, then you see it in destructive frequency, which is the moon. Where to find the moon is over here at the top. Yeah, can you see that moon? There's the destructive frequency, automatically adjusted, so you don't need to click anything. Okay, so yeah, and then another button. Let's say we go back to the head. Now, comparative analysis, just now we went through, and this spectrum is all the graph and the charts that we don't usually study. And this thing, the microscope, when you are in the microscope mode, what you can do is you can click the plus button at the top left. You see this little microscope at the top left? Click it and go to an empty area. Click once. and then you can move your mouse towards the other end of the screen, and all you need to do is click once. So what happened here is automatically you go for more areas of detection, and after you see these white dots all over the place, press the play button. So you go for another detection. Ooh, what happened to the brain? Yeah, what happened to the brain? So this will be something like a more detailed detection, but it's only on selective area of the body. It's not like everywhere you can do that. Like for example, right now I go out, I go to the hip joint, I want to do what I did just now. Let's see whether I can do that. Yeah, I can do that. Then I can do a more detailed detection on what's happening here. But certain area, no, we can't do anything. Like for example, this one. You see the skeleton.
No,
It cannot do. It can't go for a detailed, more detailed scan. All you need to do is when it can't do that, when you cannot proceed with that, all you need to do is press the precise nidus, and then yeah, you're going to click it on by yourself. Okay, then you press the play button. Next thing, is there any next button? Let's say, yeah. So when you go to the cookie mode, which is the name is show nidus. So when you point your mouse over, you can see there's another picture at the right corner here, the bottom right corner. So when you go over any area, then you can go into a deeper cell layer. Okay, we'll go in any area that you want. You can press the button, you can click the mouse, you can go into deeper area like, oh, this is the hair bulb. Okay, and this is the hair. You can also check the hair quality or whatever you want. Like, yeah, go into the throat area, the tonsil, you see this. Yeah, you can click anywhere you want in this mode. Okay, the cookie mode. Yeah, and then the pictogram, which is at the right side of the cookie. This will enable you to play around with all the angles or all the different system. For example, this is the cross section of head. If I want to turn it around, yeah, all I need to do is press the icons in the picture. Okay, then we go back. You can cut it into half. You see that knife? The knife there is telling us that you can cut it into half, like another angle of view. Then you can see the magnifying glass. You click the magnifying glass, you can go in and have a look on wherever it can show you. And also the vessel of eye, things like that. So you can click anywhere you want. Yeah, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't cost you anything. So just go in. So if you have toothache, yeah, this is the best tool. Okay, all you need to do is click the nerve area. Then you can see, oh, where it goes wrong. Yeah. Ooh. Okay, and the plus sign is going to show you the name of it. You see that? When you click, it will show you what is this, the glossal nerve. And what is this? This is the tooth. Yeah, you can click everywhere you want. Whenever there is a plus sign, you can click it. Okay, so far so good. yeah, just go and play around with all the arrows. Yeah, you can go up and down. This is the neck. Yeah, you can play with the arrow. But make sure when you do this, the wristband is being attached. Yeah, because every time it goes to another page or another area, you do a scan. Okay, so make sure the wristband is being attached. This is very, very important. Okay, so these are all the items here. And what is the i3? The i3 right now is being disabled because this is a manual scan. But if you go to the auto scan, make sure before you do that, click the i3 button so that when the MagnoSeek go on to the scanning or detection, it can go into a deeper area of detection. It can go into checking on deeper cell area and see what is happening, and also to build a path for you so that when you do your repair, it can do it automatically without you needing to click into it and create the path like what I did just now, like this. You can it can do automatically when you click the i3 button. So way to spot the i3 button, when you click the play button, and then please make sure it's being enabled. It says enable. Okay. So far so good on the buttons. And for those who is having new functions like auto repair, you see these kind of buttons, AI reports. So you are using a new version of MagnoSeek, a new version of software, but there are some little bugs inside. So our tech team is still improvising it. So I'm not going to share much about it right now because a lot of people still don't have it. Okay. Brenda and India, if you are here. But if you need, Brenda, if you need help on explanation on how to use it, or maybe confuses you, we can have a private session. Okay, Brenda? Because I don't want to confuse the others, as their software is not on this mode yet.
And I did want to point out in the chat, I did just post the link that takes you to the MagnoSeek user manual. So it's like the handbook, which is the larger user manual. It's about 54 pages long. So it goes through, and that does have a lot of explanation on the different icons and all sorts of different types of usage for the MagnoSeek. And so you can find that on the link that I just posted in response to Loveland's question. All right, the last, let's see. One question that I did just see, I think it's a pretty quick one. It says, after doing a repair, the next time you do a scan, it seems that the parts have reverted back to the way it was before the last repair. How long does it take for a repair to hold?
Yeah, so this I like to explain. For what you see here is your cell energy, okay, your cell behavior during this period of time when the MagnoSeek go through your body or did a detection. So after that, you did a repair, and that makes your cell to behave like more energy, and it became normal at that point of time. So after a while, yeah, they will turn back to what it was because your cell is weak at first. So you need to train it. That's why we call it cell training. We need to train the cell to behave like a normal cell so that they can do what they are supposed to do. Okay, so back to the question, how long can they stay like that? Okay, how long can we hold that? This will depends on your body, actually, for your body behavior and also your habit or your living style. Okay, for example, you eat well, you sleep well, of course, you'll be better. And for example, let's say you are doing training, cell training on every alternate day. We can do this. We can do something like a gym session. Why are we going to gym? Why we go for training? It's because we want to create the muscle memory. We want to get well. That's why we go for training and exercise, right? Same thing to the cell. If you do it every alternate day or on the same part, yeah, you are actually creating a memory for the cell to behave like a normal ones. So that's why we recommend you to use MagnoSeek every day. But you can do it like on every day, you're going to focus on different parts of your body. Like 1 or 2 parts of the body every day, focus on that. For example, today is the arm day. It's like a gym session. Today is the arm day, tomorrow is the leg day, and then your abs, things like that. But you don't do it everything in one day. Okay, you're going to separate it and focus on some certain point. So the result will be more significant in this way. You're going to give like 1 or 2 days for that area to recover. Then you go in again after like 1 or 2 days.
Good, good. All right. Well, I do not see. Are there any last second questions that anybody has? I don't know that I don't see that I have anybody else in here with any questions. Was everybody able to? I'm just going to post it as not as a reply, but just in the general chat, just so everybody can see that link that I posted. So everybody has an opportunity to get that. You can also find it if you go into the Price Shop. So if you go to priceshop.com and you go to the shopping cart and go to the MagnoSeek itself, in the description, it does have a link there that I believe the link says MagnoSeek Handbook. So if you just click on that, it will pull up that PDF file for you. That's where you can find it. Now, one thing that I did want to also do, I'm going to share a screen here really quickly before we finish out. And I'm going to pull up. Let me find it here. Sorry, I need to find the correct one. Here we go. All right. Can everybody see the MagnoSeek Quick Start Guide on their screens now? Is that what you're seeing? Yep, everybody see that? Okay, great.
Yep.
So this MagnoSeek Quick Start Guide is something that we created here at the Utah offices, and we will be printing this Quick Start Guide and including it with every unit that is shipped out from this point forward. So it's something that's very simple. You just, first page goes through the items that you should find in the box. Then it goes through and it labels everything. So it's just a very comprehensive just startup guide that gets, it alleviates any confusion that somebody may have. Shows you where to place the plug, the power plugs, how to connect the wristband, what the different screens that pop up mean, how to quickly use and get started with the device, start scanning. Start scanning with your smartphone and how that interacts there. Scanning if you don't have a smartphone to use. Exploring your results. Couple of pages of that. It gives you the signal interpretation chart. And then, of course, it gives you some support, and it gives you the MagnoSeek user manual QR code. Goes over the warranty, and that's it. So we wanted to make sure that everybody had this because we understand how it can be a little bit confusing sometimes. And when you receive it, if you don't know exactly what it is that you're doing, this should alleviate a lot of that confusion, and that will come with all of the units going forward. The quick start guide will be available. I see a question for download. It's not 100. The one I showed you is we're just about fully complete. There were a couple of small minor changes that we're going to be making, but we will announce that, and we'll put that out on our social media, all that kind of stuff. We'll put it out there, so just stay tuned to all those sources that I mentioned earlier, and we should have that within a week. We'll have that out for absolutely everybody. So I think with that, Jason, is there anything else you think that we need to cover tonight?
No, I think we really went over a lot of the questions that I had and that I've gotten from a lot of our IBOs out there. So I think we did good today.
Fantastic. All right. Well, Ethen, thank you once again for all that you've done to put these trainings together. And it's been very educational. We will continue with this. We might have to change up some of the dates because Ethen is going to be traveling very soon. So stay tuned to our social medias for the next round of these trainings. We are also recording some of these trainings when Ethen is at our corporate office. We will be training or recording a bunch of these, so we have them available in our app and to put out and share with everybody. So that's something we're also very excited for. Outside of that, I think we're in good shape. So thank you everybody for attending tonight, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
Okay, thank you, everyone.
I saw somebody asked, I guess right before I jump off, I did see that somebody asked when the MagnoSeek is ordered, what is the lead time before it can be delivered? Well, we have them in stock. It is just a matter of delivery of maybe 3 to 5 business days is about average for our shipping. Gets out very quickly and sends right to you. So, and again, that should start up in about a week and a half is when we believe we'll have them ready to go. If you order them from that point on, it should be about 3 to 5 days. And with that, I'm going to stop talking. So thanks everybody again, and we'll see you soon.
Bye-bye. Thank you.